Hola! Welcome into the Gringo y Latina podcast, episode dos.
Those.
I'm your co-host, Billy, joined with my beautiful co-host, Anna. How are we doing today?
Good. How are you?
I don't think we're doing good today, though, are we? Because I don't think we are. So we're recording this on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like around 5:30 right now, and you got home from work and then got your makeup ready to get ready for the podcast.
Yeah.
And you could say that maybe she was a little bit rushed.
And
So what did you tell me?
don't. I don't like to be rushed when I'm getting ready. You know that. No girl like to be in a hurry when they're getting ready.
See, so it's probably gonna be the last time we record on a
So
Wednesday.
excuse me if I don't look that good.
Oh
Okay,
my, you
Mara.
look fantastic, Neemore. So, anyways, so if you want to check out episode 1, guys, in terms of how we met, down below, we'll link that down below. For our listeners, audio listeners, appreciate you guys checking us out. You can check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You can find this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Chatbox, iHeartRadio, anywhere you find your podcast, guys. So appreciate it. And so episode 2. So I wanted to talk about this episode about we've been traveling a lot.
Yeah, we have.
Do you remember the first time you asked me to go to Mexico?
I don't remember the specific day, but I do remember the first time that you went to my my city.
So, like, for background, because I'm, like for myself and any of my friends, anytime we've traveled to a country, it's always been like an all-inclusive resort. Like,
Yeah.
very rarely do I know any of my friends that like kind of decided like to go to Tijuana, but walk the streets of Tijuana. Like, or hey, we went to Mexico. Like, anyone that talks about like, and I'm, like, hey, we went to Mexico or we went to Dominican Republic and it was great. Most of those times, those vacations are just in all-inclusive resorts.
Yeah.
So you're not really getting the full experience. Or like when you go to the resort, one of the first things they tell you is like, if you leave the resort, that's at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
So when you asked me to go to Mexico to meet the rest of your family, because I got to meet your mom, I got to meet your sister, your brother. I'm sorry, not your sister, your brother and your brother's girlfriend, because they were up here.
Yes, that's correct.
I was like super nervous. I was excited and nervous, and it had nothing to do with your family.
What do you mean?
Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm getting into. Because my imagination starts to run wild, and I'm thinking like, shit, I'm going to Mexico. Like, I'm happy that I have you by my side because you obviously know how to navigate it. But I didn't know what I was in for.
So what was your first thought?
So it took like, because where we're at in Phoenix, it takes like 3 hours to get to the
border. Yes, correct.
And I remember specifically as soon as we crossed the border in Nogales, I was like, holy shit, we're not in America
So
anymore.
different world.
Well, yeah, just because like as soon as you cross the border, like the conditions of the roads were like, they weren't horrible, but they reminded me of like a back road back home. But then once you got on the highway, it was like just a regular highway that like we go through all the time.
Yeah, especially since this my thought. Especially since the actual part that we're going out of the US, there's a lot of like trucks and like this like heavyweight trucks crossing too. So I'm guessing that's why like the highway or whatever, that part is like all beat up. That's my thought. So I don't know.
Yeah. And then obviously like going through the town of Nogales, if anyone has ever been there, comment below if you're from Nogales. It's a tough town in terms of, just in terms of maybe like quality of life and just everything. There's definitely parts of Nogales that's fantastic and really nice. But then when you're just kind of passing by and checking it out, it's like, okay, like this is a different experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then like there's so much that I love when I travel to Mexico. So like all the gas stations are completely different. And so for any of our ladies out there listening, one thing that I learned real quick, when we pulled off on the side of the road and you went to the gas station, if you had to use the bathroom, AKA the baño, they as soon as you walk in the door on the left-hand side, they have these little squares of toilet paper folded up.
Yeah.
And they charge the ladies. If you need to use the restroom and you didn't bring your own toilet paper, First off, they charge you to use the bathroom, probably like what, 25 cents American.
Yeah, in America, yeah.
But then, like, if you're a woman and you have to use it, or man, if it was me, I would be buying the whole box that they had if I was not going number one, because like they charge you for like they give these like little squares folded up, and then they charge you for the squares,
Yeah.
which was wild.
I mean, yes, it's something that,
But that's Mexico, baby.
yeah, but it's still like as Mexicans, we don't agree with that,
Yeah,
especially like since you're paying a lot of tolls and stuff.
yeah,
There's some like some restrooms like, as soon as like you cross the toll or whatever, they don't charge you, and they're really
sure.
good. But like along the way, yeah, so there's a lot of like,
And obviously, everything in the gas station is like as soon as you go into a Mexican gas station, whether it's an OXXO or whether it's a Pemex, like there's immediately all these amazing different snacks and drinks, and like there's nothing really American about it. Um, and so whether it's japones, peanuts, I love the peanuts there. I'm addicted to them, and then everything there, like Oreos, cookies, anything. It's not like you get like these little sleeves. Like everything is like, and this is you can, if you're listening to this, you can't. It's probably like 2 feet long in terms of like the cookies that you get. You get these like extra long sleeves of cookies and everything. Like
oh
they
yeah,
hook you
yeah,
up.
exactly. We get like instead of like I don't know 4 cookies, we get like 8 cookies. So
Yeah, yeah, you
it's
get
really good.
it's fantastic. And then and then I always thought that this was a joke after the first time we went to Mexico,
Uh huh.
because the tolls from where you live, from where we went from the border to Obregon, it's probably like a 10-hour drive.
Yes.
We hit about 5 tolls, maybe 6 tolls on the highway.
Mm, yeah, I think they're kind of like 6.
Nothing's cheap. Nothing on the tolls is cheap. I thought like we go to Mexico, everything's going to be like 50% off compared to America.
So I got that question like for you, like who told you that Mexico was cheap
Well, I
anyways?
think it's just like you assume that when you're going to Mexico that like it's just naturally cheaper than
Yeah.
things in America. And the tolls are bullshit. I'm just
Yeah.
going to say that straight up. If anyone works in the Mexican government, your tolls are bullshit, bro. You got
Yeah.
to fix that because it's not great.
Yeah.
Um But oh man, yeah. So and then the other thing was I love is you can drive as fast as you want on the highway. I thought you were lying to me because everything turns the metric system down there.
Yeah.
Like even when we get like 20 miles outside of the border when you're still in Arizona, everything turns to metric.
Yeah.
And you
Kilometers.
thought you were being slick with me when you were driving your car. She changed the odometer from miles per hour to kilometers. And I'm riding shotgun and I look over and I pull up my phone and I do the calculator and I'm like the converter and I'm like, bro, you're going like 100 miles an hour. And you go, so what? We're like in Mexico.
Yeah, because like it's not like for example, you're not gonna for sure that you're not gonna find like a highway patrol, whatever it is, like
Yeah.
within I don't know 20 miles or whatever it is, you
Yeah.
know?
So for my Americans that haven't, or anyone that's listening that hasn't been to Mexico, there is literally zero highway patrol. You can go as fast as you want on the highways. And there isn't that many exits when you're going. It's really just like every once in a while you'll hit a main exit that's
Hmm.
taking you just in a direction to another major city.
Yeah.
It's not like America where there's like you're on a highway and every like couple miles you'll hit an exit. That's just not
Yeah.
the case in Mexico. So I love that because now that I've driven in Mexico a handful of times, because
Hmm.
I've probably been there now like 10 to 12 times,
Yeah.
you just go as fast as you want. But then you have these speed bumps in the towns that like there are these big speed bumps that you have to slow down. If
Exactly.
you don't, you're going to jack your vehicle up big time. But then I was just nervous, like going through because there's different checkpoints where there's a lot of police or
Hmm.
security,
Exactly.
and sometimes you'll just be going down the middle, like just going down the road, and then everybody starts to slow down, and then you have police, and then you just kind of roll down your windows. You're kind of like creeping like 2 miles an hour.
Hmm.
Every time we've went, luckily so far, they've just given us the like, you're good, keep going.
Yeah.
But so we haven't gotten stopped yet.
No.
Have you?
No, I haven't. Never.
Okay. So then getting to Obregon, which was awesome, and that's where she's from. And I
Were you
mean,
nervous the first time they met my dad?
yeah, I mean, because getting the approval of your parents is huge.
For me, it is.
It's
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
everything,
Yeah.
and I mean, I have the similar values.
Hmm.
I mean, your dad was 10 out of 10, and I was so nervous because we walk in the door of her parents' house. The Guerrero family was incredible.
Yeah.
They have these balloons set up as soon as you walk in the living room that says "Bienvenidos to Mexico, Billy," or to
Mm,
Obregon,
yes.
Ciudad de Obregon. Welcome to the city of Obregon, Billy. And that was like, they got me customized balloons. So,
Yeah.
like, it was incredible. And then we sit down. Your dad's so excited that we try ceviche.
Yes.
And like, you told me about ceviche and you like it.
Yeah.
And I don't really mess around with raw fish. And I'm like, dude, in my head, I'm like, man, we just drove like 10 hours. And the first thing I'm going to have is basically raw fish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, thinking about my stomach. And I'm like, oh, I hope you stocked up on toilet paper because it's about to be an explosion. It could be an explosion in the bathroom.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something that like we are used to eat just for the fact that it's really hot,
Yeah.
especially during like summertime,
Yeah.
and it's something like that we enjoy. Like
Yeah.
just ceviche or like whatever it is.
Yeah. And I'm not
So
even overstating this at all. Like, I look forward to going to Mexico every time because the food is absolutely incredible. It doesn't matter where you go, whether it's a hot dog stand on the side of a road, if you go to any of the restaurants, just a family. I almost died and was reincarnated when I had a carne asada, a true traditional Mexican carne asada.
hmm
And everything about it, the food is just, the comida is just so simple. It's easy, it's simple. So we had the ceviche. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite thing I've ever had in Mexico, but that's just because I'm not a raw fish guy.
okay.
So if Senor, if you're watching this, I love you for it. It was good. It just wasn't my favorite
Now
now that
you
I've
know,
had
Dad.
now
Now
that
you
I've
know.
had other things. But then it was just an onslaught of just all this different food. And your dad has such this wonderful passion and energy, and the people of Mexico. I've never come across a bad person in Mexico. And your family just welcomed me with open arms. And it was just a full-on party. And what I also love about your family specifically is really a big beer drinking family.
Yes.
You're not really a big liquor or tequila family.
No.
I don't even know, since we've been to Mexico, I don't even know if we've ever drank tequila together with the family.
No.
And I will say this because I know your brothers will be listening to this. And the only thing that I was like really hoping for, because I really enjoy smoking cigars. My dad and I, it's one of the things we bond over.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping, I'm like, oh, like, and just in my head, I was assuming like
Yeah.
they enjoy smoking cigars. Not the case with the Guerrero family, at
No,
least.
not at all.
So if anyone's down in Mexico, we're down over going and wants to smoke cigars, hit me up. Let me know. Drop a comment and we'll link up. But they love to drink beer.
Yeah.
And when I found out that your one brother loves drinking beer, but he's actually allergic to it,
Yes.
and you didn't tell me this until like after like probably 6 months. And I
hmm
was like, wait a minute. Like, I just saw him crush like 15 beers on a Saturday. And you're like, yeah, he's allergic.
Yeah.
So the level
Brother,
I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Like,
he is, but I don't know. It's just like he, I think he needs to like cross his limits for him to like get really sick.
yeah.
But I'm guessing at this point he knows like what's up. So
I mean, I love it. And
yeah.
it's also, the other thing I love is like when you were there every day, however long we stayed, for every stay, your friends, all of your family come every day to hang out.
Yes.
And it's just one giant hangout. It's like you're on a family vacation where everybody just comes and hangs out.
hmm
So I love the sense of community and like culture. And I don't think I'm overstepping my boundaries to say like I'm part of the culture now. I'm in.
So you're Mexican.
I mean, what do you think?
You're getting there. You're
I'm
getting there. You're getting there.
all right, all right,
For
all right.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. So
But yeah, like you said, it's something that I really enjoy every time that we go. Especially like I don't have that many friends back home, you know that, and think the only two best friends that I have over there, you know them already, you met
yeah,
them, and yeah, like I don't need any more like anything else, just like my family, like my friends, and that's it.
yeah. So I mean,
So
we had a couple. So like where you grew up and live, you don't live far walking distance from a lot of different restaurants, shops. I remember, I mean, your dad was so excited. We got in the car, we drove around. He showed me just so much, which was amazing. Go like to the butcher shop. This is so like a couple things. One, the butcher shop we walk into, like your dad knows either the butcher
Hmm.
or like he knows when that cow died.
Yeah.
So like so what why that means something is because like the food is fresh. You know it's fresh food. Or like the tamales that we
uh,
eat were fresh.
yeah.
He
So
takes me around the corner to like where the tortillas are made and it's like a Krispy Kreme. You literally walk over there and watch them throw the ball of dough down and then you see it get made and then within like 60 seconds you have a fresh hot tortilla that they're literally selling to you right there.
yeah,
And then I remember the coolest thing is, and this isn't just in Obregon, this is in Hermosillo, any of the major cities in Mexico, you go to a butcher shop. They have, I don't know why America hasn't done this. You walk in, and on the right hand side, they have like this little kitchen cooking area. And you can literally go to the butcher shop or the grocery store, buy the things that you want for like a dinner or lunch, and then take it in the store over to like the cooking area, and they'll cook it for you for free.
for free.
And then you just pay for the meal.
Yeah,
And then they wrap it up for you conveniently in like to go boxes. And then you just take it home and you're ready to eat within minutes with your family.
that's correct. Isn't that crazy?
I know I'm taking up a lot of the talking airwaves right now, but like
No,
it's
no,
just,
no.
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's something that is really convenient, like because sometimes, like I said again, especially since it's summertime over there, it's like nobody wants to like cook the meat outside,
Yeah.
like no way. So yeah,
So I could spend hours upon hours talking about Mexico, and we will in more episodes. But that was my first experience in Mexico, which was incredible.
yeah,
What about your first experience coming to Pittsburgh? Because you, to my, what you told me, you had never been. The furthest east you'd been is Orlando,
yes, that's
but
correct.
you had never been in the Northeast before.
No, never.
So, what was your first impressions of Pittsburgh? Because I took you there in September.
It was really far. It was really far, and well, I don't know if I got lucky. You told me, but the weather was perfect.
So we went towards the end of
Yeah,
September, and you got and you can get what we call Indian summers up
yeah.
there. And basically, you had 3 days of incredible weather. It was like low mid 70 degrees and
Hmm.
sunny, and middle end of September. And so I remember you were like in love with the weather,
Yeah.
and then I was like, well, we don't get this all the time. So then I took you back again in January.
Oh, that was a different story. I'm not a huge fan of like cold weather, like nothing. If it gets like in Arizona, if it gets here, like what? What's the lowest that you can
If
get
it
here?
gets
Like,
below 70 degrees here,
yeah,
you are
I'm
cold.
freezing.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, there's no way. But you knew what you were doing though, because I do remember when we went in September. Then I was like, I want to move here. Let's go. And then we went back and it was like the opposite weather. I was like, I'll never come again.
Yeah, we
This
came in
time,
the second time I
seriously.
brought you in January, it was right before last year's massive snowstorm that covered the central and eastern parts of the United States. You could look back to like middle January. There was like so many areas got like 6 to 8 inches of snow, if not more.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I wanted to introduce you to cold weather. Plus, you had never seen snow before in your life,
No.
and I wanted you to give you that opportunity to see it. And like when you're planning this, like you're like fingers crossed, like when you plan it a month or two in advance, it's going to be snowing, and luckily it did.
It did. It did.
But
It was really cool experience, but like I said, it is too cold.
because you
Like
looked at me and you're like, "Oh hell no, I'm not coming back here again in
exactly.
in winter."
Yeah, winter now.
But in September, so you got to see where I grew up, and you got to meet my dad.
Yes.
Thoughts of Western Pennsylvania?
I love it. It's just like I don't know, like it's so different from where I grew up that I just loved it. Like I don't know, I didn't expect to see like Bambi on the road, you know?
A lot of wildlife, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like your dad was really nice since first minute. All your family because I do remember like your sister.
We threw a little party.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then after that, I met your friends. I was a little nervous just for the fact that I was like the only Latin there.
Yeah.
So I was like, how is this gonna work?
I mean, there were two things that I really remember. Well, three things. One, when we got to my friend's house, and it's typically on like a college football Saturday in September. Everybody kind of gets together on the back. At my buddy's house. He's got a nice back porch. He's got the TV on. We're grilling. We're cooking. It's probably about 15 to 20 of us.
Yeah.
We're all hanging out and drinking. And I remember after I introduced you to some of my buddies' wives, I like kind of left you alone and left you.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my ass chewed out by you about 10 minutes later once you found me when I was talking with my buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that one specifically. And then I remember that everyone was so excited for you to try all these different drinks
Yeah.
because you're primarily a beer drinker, but they wanted you to try this drink and that drink and this drink. And then I remember you asking some of my friends after a couple cocktails, do you want to ask what you want to say what you asked my friends? Just out of the middle of nowhere. We're all around like the island table in the kitchen. We're all just like picking off snacks and talking to each other. And then you out of nowhere just asked this question.
Because I had the context. Like, for example, like before we went, I was like talking with some coworkers about this gas station that was really cool and whatever, but I didn't like do a research where this was located or whatsoever. So we were sitting and I had a couple of drinks already. Like everyone was like, oh, try this, try this, try this. And like they were talking about something else. And me, I don't know where I do remember it's like, hey guys, like, do you guys have Bucky's here? And your friend just looked at me confused. It's like, okay, so he started searching like
And he's like, yeah,
Buc-ee's.
we got one in Tennessee. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you had no idea that like Tennessee's like 8
No.
hours away from Pittsburgh. So we did finally go to a Buc-ee's gas station here in
Yes,
Arizona.
finally, yes.
The most American thing I've probably ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Up in Goodyear, if you guys are around Arizona, check it
Yeah,
out.
but like I said, I didn't know there was like mainly on Texas or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like it was, I don't know.
So then the third thing I also remember is we're on the back porch. This was last year, Penn State versus Oregon. I remember everything by sports. And so Penn State's playing Oregon. And you FaceTime with your brother.
Yeah.
And at this point, we had been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And after you FaceTime with your brother goes and snitches on you to your mom, saying that you had a couple too many drinks.
Yeah.
And then your mom was pissed.
Yeah, she was really mad.
Senora Guerrero was pissed at you.
Yeah.
And then you got in trouble, what, the next day?
No, within like 10, 20 minutes, she texted me and she was like, hey, like, you gotta behave. Like, it's the first time that you meet like his family. What they're gonna think of you. You know, like Mexican moms can be like something else. So then I was like, okay, but I think I did good.
Yeah, you did well. You did well. It was the last thing I remember is that I drove home.
Uh-huh.
You had a beer that you took with you in the car.
Yes.
And we have a spare vehicle at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a little Kia Soul. And it was like just a classic red plastic cup that you had a beer in. And at that point, you know, my goal was like, I'm going to be responsible being the driver. I want you to experience my friends, have a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm driving you home. But as soon as we get in the car, you put the cup down and it was almost full. The cup was almost full of beer. And it splashes and it gets me on the leg and I'm pissed.
And I think I lost my phone too.
Yeah. And so then she splashes beer on me. Before I start the car, she's like, mi amor, I don't know where my phone's at. So I'm like, okay. So I go back to my buddy's house and he's got a big house. It's like a 5-bedroom house. So now I got to go find your cell phone. And at this point, you're not really much help to me because you're like, whatever. So after like 15 minutes, I can't find it. I'm just like pissed because I got beer spill all over my pants. They're wet. I'm like, let's go home. And as soon as I get back in the car, you're like, hey, Amor, look. And you had the phone. It was on the floor of the car.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I pull away, you're just like,
I was tired.
and I'm like, oh, cool. So I take your beer and I just like chuck it. I did litter. I chucked the plastic cup out the window.
Yeah.
And then we went home. And that was the first time that you went to to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was I do remember like you taking me to the city as well.
Yeah, we
And
went.
it was a
Yep,
beautiful view
went up to
too.
Mount Washington.
Yes.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like a given. If I take you in the city, I got to have you do that, and then also driving you through the Fort Pitt tunnels to
Yeah,
go
that
on
was
the other
really
side so
cool.
that you can see the city,
Yeah.
which is cool. Because compared to other cities, we do it. It pops like
Hmm.
it's a little gem. Pittsburgh's hidden in the hills, and then you either got to come out on top or like pop through one of the tunnels,
Hmm.
and you can really just see it, and it just bam, it's right there. It's
Yeah.
really really cool. So, but yeah, then that's why I wanted to bring you back in January so that you can experience winter and see snow, see what it's like. And you did. It was single digits. Like the
Hmm.
high was like 8 degrees.
Yeah.
Took you to the Hofbrauhaus down on the south side, and
Also, like one thing that kind of like threw me off, and is like that you guys put like the fries inside the
we put
sandwich.
French fries on everything. It's on salads, aka enchiladas. We put it on sandwiches like Permani Brothers.
Yeah.
It's on everything. French fries is on everything back home.
Yeah, but kind of like why in the middle of the sandwich? That was kind of like okay.
That's just our thing. Yeah. We put French fries. So it's like one of the first places you're like, oh, I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna get a salad. And then when you
Yeah.
go to Pittsburgh and get a salad, and then there's like French fries on your salad, and you're like, okay. So yeah, completely different. We don't have a lot of things that were known maybe for food,
Yeah.
but we do put fries on everything.
What about are like all the people the same as you when it comes to ketchup? Like the brand that it has to be?
I mean, I think so. If I speak for most Pittsburghers, so this is definitely something that we've talked about before in terms of
Yeah.
Heinz ketchup. I've literally like when we first started dating, I opened up your fridge and I saw that you did not have Heinz ketchup in your fridge.
Yeah.
I threw it away. I drew, and then I got you a bottle of Heinz ketchup
Uh-huh.
from the grocery store.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a sense of pride, Pittsburgh, that we have is Heinz ketchup.
Hmm.
And like, I have friends now that aren't from Pennsylvania that like always give me a bunch of shit or try to mess with me. Joe from Milwaukee, you know who you are. And they're always like, we got Hunt's ketchup here. And I'm like, well, I'm not eating ketchup then. Because like I eat Heinz. And that's cool nowadays if you want to do this, the low sugar or the no sugar. I don't care.
So
It's
you'd
gotta be
rather
Heinz.
not have ketchup
I mean, I would go as far as saying there's certain restaurants I won't go back to because they don't have Heinz.
okay, interesting to know.
And like as a kid growing up, like I definitely this is not the way you should do it as an adult. But like when my dad or mom we would have steak for dinner,
Hmm.
I would smother that baby in ketchup.
Yeah.
No A1. I've done A1 sauce in the past,
Yeah.
but it's Heinz ketchup on the whole thing. I mean, people think like if you get steak, if you go to a nice steak restaurant and you put ketchup on your steak, people look at you like, what's wrong with this person? Like,
Exactly.
where were you born in a barn? And I'm just like, no, I was born in Pittsburgh. Like we do ketchup.
I mean, I don't know. I would think the same thing. Like it will be weird for me. Maybe because I'm Mexican. Like we put like hot sauce in everything.
Well, yeah, you guys put hot sauce on
Yeah.
everything. That's like what we do with ketchup, you guys do with hot sauce.
Yeah.
And I mean like everything. Like you get like breakfast sausage in the morning, guys, ketchup. I'd even say bacon. You might do some hot sauce on bacon.
Yeah.
They put hot sauce on everything. Like the advertisement for Frank's Red Hot, you literally put that shit on everything because you do, and it's wild that way. But
Yeah.
those were our first experiences: Mexico, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
We'll be coming back with you guys with another episode in another couple weeks, another week or maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
Definitely not on a Wednesday.
Definitely not on
We're
a
not going to
Wednesday.
be recording on a Wednesday.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But again, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, definitely give it a thumbs up, 5-star review on Spotify if you enjoyed it. Comment below. If you've been to Mexico, if you're American, been to Mexico, or if you're Mexican that's been to America, your favorite parts, where you travel to, we'd love to hear from you guys, especially the interracial couples.
Yeah, and tell us what part of Mexico. We would like to know.
Yeah, we'd love to know. Obviously, she's
Yeah.
on the Sonoran side, but we love everyone from Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I need to go visit different parts.
Yeah.
Guadalajara is next on the list.
Yeah.
We're going to Guadalajara soon. I want to check that out. But otherwise, guys, that's episode 2. Check us out in another week or two for episode 3. If nothing else, adios.
Adios.